General Hospital Spoilers reveal that Jocelyn has always been a bright, determined young woman, but lately her curiosity and sense of justice have led her straight into harm's way. The man she knew as Nathan has revealed himself to be Cassius, carrying the twisted legacy of Cesar Faison, and he's now holding her in a grip that sends chills through anyone who cares about her. I keep asking myself how a girl as sharp as Jocelyn ended up in this position, and the answer comes quickly when I remember how many times she's been warned to stay away from dangerous investigations. Yet here we are, with Cassius's obsession turning darker by the moment. The promo for Monday's episode captured that terrifying intensity perfectly when he told her he couldn't let her go. It's the kind of moment that reminds longtime viewers like me why we stay loyal to this show. It mixes personal danger with emotional stakes in a way that feels urgent and real. What makes this situation even more compelling is how Jack Brennan is completely consumed by his own jealousy right now. He's so wrapped up in his suspicions about Carly that he seems unable to see the threat facing Jocelyn clearly. I've watched Brennan try to maintain control throughout his time in Port Charles, but this jealousy has taken over, clouding his judgment and leaving him distracted at the worst possible time. It proves to me that the writers are exploring a new layer of obsession in the story, one that shows how personal emotions can blind even strong men to larger dangers. Carly herself is caught up in her complicated feelings and recent choices, and Sonny has his own heavy burdens to carry. Neither seems positioned to rush in and rescue Jocelyn at this moment. That absence of the usual protectors creates a wonderful opening for new heroes to emerge, and I find that refreshing after all these decades of watching the same faces save the day. This is where Trina and Kai become so important. They've noticed the warning signs around Jocelyn, and their concern feels genuine and timely. Trina's always been a loyal friend with a strong sense of right and wrong, and right now she's stepping up in a way that warms my heart. With Carly and Sonny not yet ready to act, I believe Trina will send an urgent message all the way to Australia, reaching out to someone who has always cared deeply for Jocelyn. That someone, of course, is Jax. His return to Port Charles could change everything, and I can't help but feel excited at the possibility. Jax has been away for some time, but his history with Carly and his protective nature toward Jocelyn make him the perfect person to step back into the story at this critical moment. I've seen Jax face impossible odds before, and his arrival would bring both experience and fresh energy to the rescue effort. Imagine it. Jax, Trina, and Kai working together to save Jocelyn from Cassius's dangerous obsession. This trio represents something different from the usual rescue patterns we've seen over the years. It's a blend of old family loyalty and new friendships that feels exciting and full of potential. Jax bringing his steady determination, Trina offering her quick thinking and closeness to Jocelyn, and Kai adding his own strength and insight creates a rescue team that could truly shift the balance. This development takes the story further than I expected, expanding the danger beyond Port Charles and pulling in connections from far away. It shows how the writers are willing to adjust the canvas in surprising ways, while still honoring the deep relationships that have always defined the show. As I reflect on these latest turns, I realize how skillfully the current episodes are balancing multiple threats at once. While Jocelyn fights for safety, other familiar faces face their own challenges. The tension between Carly and Jack continues to build, with Valentine caught in the middle in a way that adds rich emotional layers. Chase and Brooklyn appear headed for difficulties of their own, and the larger shadows cast by figures like Sidwell and Cullum keep the entire town on edge. Yet the immediate focus on Jocelyn's peril gives everything a sharp sense of urgency. Will she be able to break free using her own resourcefulness, perhaps with a well-timed karate move or clever distraction, or will help arrive just in time through this new alliance of Jax, Trina, and Kai? I believe the latter path will bring the most satisfying drama, allowing old wounds to heal and new bonds to form in the process. One of the things I appreciate most as a longtime viewer is how these storylines honor the show's history while introducing fresh possibilities. Jax returning feels right because it reconnects Jocelyn with a father figure who has always tried to protect her from the chaos that often surrounds her mother. It also gives Trina a meaningful role beyond her usual circle, showing her growth and loyalty in action. Kai's involvement adds another dimension, suggesting that the younger generation is ready to take on bigger responsibilities. This isn't just about saving one person. It's about strengthening community ties and reminding us that Port Charles works best when people come together across different backgrounds and histories. The heat surrounding Jocelyn's situation has me counting the hours until the next episode. There's a palpable sense that something important is about to break, and the possibility of Jax's return adds an extra layer of anticipation that longtime fans like me live for. We've watched Jocelyn grow from a little girl into a strong young woman, and seeing her face this kind of threat makes us root for her even harder. The fact that Brennan's jealousy has left him sidelined creates a perfect opening for different heroes to shine, and I find that choice both clever and kind to the story's long-term health. As the days unfold, I remain confident that the writers will handle this rescue with the care and excitement we've come to expect. Whether Jocelyn escapes through her own courage or with help from Jax, Trina, and Kai, the aftermath will surely bring new revelations and deeper connections. This is the kind of storytelling that keeps General Hospital vibrant after all these years. It mixes danger with hope, jealousy with redemption, and separation with reunion in ways that feel both surprising and deeply satisfying. I'm grateful to still have this show in my daily routine, offering comfort, excitement, and the chance to care about characters who have become like family. The current chapter with Jocelyn in danger and help coming from unexpected places has me more engaged than ever, and I look forward to every twist and turn still to come. Port Charles never fails to deliver, and right now it's delivering with heart, suspense, and the promise of brighter days ahead for all our favorites. The moment Jax steps foot in town again is going to send ripples through every corner of the story, and I believe it could be the very thing that starts untangling the complicated mess Carly finds herself in. Carly has always been such a fiery, independent spirit, but lately she's been caught between her lingering feelings for Valentine, the fallout with Jack, and all the secrets that keep piling up. Her relationship with Jack has been crumbling under the weight of suspicion and betrayal, and while she's trying to navigate it all with her usual strength, you can see the strain it's causing. I've watched Carly weather storms before, from lost loves to family crises, but this time, the timing feels perfect for Jax to return and offer that steady, protective presence she's needed. He has a long history with her and with Jocelyn, and his arrival could help ground Carly in a way that no one else quite can right now. It's not about replacing anyone, it's about bringing back a familiar anchor at exactly the right moment, and I find that deeply satisfying as a longtime fan. This development also proves how cleverly the writers are letting new obsessions rise to the surface and intensify the drama in ways that feel both exciting and true to the show's heart. Cassius's dangerous fixation on Jocelyn is one clear example, but the broader obsession with past connections and unresolved family ties is reaching new heights too. Jax coming home isn't just a quick fix. It's a bold move that shows the show is willing to revisit beloved characters to heal old wounds while creating fresh conflicts. The jealousy that's swallowing Jack whole right now makes his distraction even more poignant, and it leaves room for Jax to step in and perhaps even help Carly see things more clearly. I've seen enough storylines over the years to know that when a character like Jax returns, it often signals a turning point where personal troubles start to find resolution, even if the road there is full of surprises. The way Trina and Kai are facilitating this rescue effort adds such a lovely layer of friendship and loyalty that crosses generations, and it makes Jax's return feel organic rather than forced. What strikes me most is how reasonable and smart it is for General Hospital to bring Jax back at this particular time. After all these years of watching the canvas evolve, I've learned that the best decisions the writers make are the ones that honor the show's rich history while giving it new life. Jax has always been one of those steady forces who could challenge Carly in the best ways and protect Jocelyn with everything he has. Bringing him back, whether through recasting or reintroducing the character we know and love, feels like a perfectly logical choice that will pay off in spades. It addresses Carly's current troubles head-on, without erasing the progress she's made, and it gives Jocelyn the kind of fatherly support she desperately needs while facing Cassius's threat. The shock of his arrival will ripple out to affect so many others too. Sonny might have mixed feelings, Valentine could find himself facing new competition, and even the larger dangers from figures like Sidwell and Cullum might feel a little less overwhelming with another experienced voice in town. As I sit here thinking about the episodes ahead, I can't help but smile at how the writers are balancing all these elements so beautifully. Jocelyn's peril creates an immediate sense of urgency that has me counting the minutes until the next show, while Carly's personal struggles add that emotional depth we've come to expect. Jax's return ties everything together in a way that feels both surprising and inevitable. It proves the new obsessions, the heightened drama, and the clever character returns are exactly what keep this show vibrant after all this time. I've seen characters come and go, relationships rise and fall, and dangers appear from nowhere. But moments like this remind me why General Hospital remains such a comforting part of my daily routine. The warmth of old connections, the thrill of new possibilities, and the steady hand of familiar faces returning home make every episode feel like catching up with dear old friends.